What's going on, everybody? This is Ed Talks, and today I'm going to bring you the review for Transformer Select's Deluxe Centurion drone with a whole bunch of accessories. Well, it's sold out, and if you didn't get one, they're probably not going to re-release it again. Sorry. But anyway, I ordered it as soon as I saw it. I kind of wanted to have some little extra accessories to go with my Siege Earthrise toys. And the Centurion, I don't even have Brent, so the Centurion doesn't really matter to me. But I'm going to keep him anyway, because he came with the box. And this is the box, and this is the label on the front of the box, and, everything else is there. I mean, there's nothing else you need to see here except what you see, And we're going to open the box, and there you go, and that's what it does. And let's look at the top of the box. Kind of shows you what weapons you got, and of course everybody's complaining that the Energon cubes didn't have the peg on them. Well, did you really expect that? This is everything that's in the box, the little mini prime. Why we gotta have that? The camera, let's see what you can see, roller, and of course there's the radar dish for Trailbreaker, the axe, the weapon for Optimus Prime, the Decepticon weapon of the mace for Megatron, a little P blaster for Bumblebee, a gas gun blaster for Cliffjumper. There's the drill weapon that Ironhide uses. There is the Megatron turning to the gun, and of course the awful long, super long Optimus Prime rifle. We have no idea why it's so big. There's the rocket launcher, of course. Some of these are painted, some of these are not. Not really pleased with that. Should have painted them all. I mean, good grief. Then, of course, we have the Centurion, and, he's in a silver deco, I guess, and there's the cow box for the weapons, and like I said, I hadn't really opened the weapons yet. They come with this little box, in a box, and it's a bag full of weapons, and it's a bag. Alright, so we're going to come back, and what we're going to do is get everybody together who goes with the weapons and things of that nature, and we're going to have a grand blast going through the accessories. As far as this Centurion, I'm not going to go through him, and nothing personal about the toy. I like it, but I don't really like taking stuff apart to put it out. That's not a Transformer. That's something different. But that's what they made it for. In order to get the weapons, you had to get him. So, and I'm keeping him. He's going to stay because it's going to be some trade bait. Somebody's going to want him. And that's that. So, through the power of super YouTube magic, we'll be right back. And we'll get into what we really want to see is the accessories. And we're back by the power of YouTube magic. And we're going to go through this fairly quickly because I got a lot of other videos I have to edit. I got to go to bed. So first things first, we're going to go with this very small. I don't even know why we have this. I don't know. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Let's get this guy. What was the purpose of this? I guess this is Optimus Prime. I don't know. Maybe I have it the wrong way. Okay. Optimus Prime. All right. And if they're worried about child safety, you damn sure can choke on that. Next, we have Soundwave. Nice little cassette Soundwave for your Soundwave there. And I guess when you get the Earthrise Soundwave, you can use him as a decoy. Pretty cool. Mass shifting. Next, we have Energon Cube that is half full, 40% full, 50% full. Almost looks like a graph, but it's supposed to be half full. And then we have I guess a full Energon cube, because I think going by this with the little bubbles, you got a full Energon cube, and you can make up a story of that, you know, I guess. But those are the accessories I don't really care about. Next one, because we don't have the proper thing to go with it, is the radar dish. You can see it there. And that's the radar dish that's going to go with Trailbreaker. But for now, I'm putting it on him just to show you, it's a radar dish. Yay! Radar! I'm looking for you. Okay. Let's move on. And this is Roller. And, he's blue. Should be gray. But he's blue. See? No, I don't have the trailer. What's the point of getting the trailer for me to put him in it anyway? Oh, that's all we're going to do is really just stick him in the trailer. So just get a view of him and he rolls. Go Roller, roll. On this surface he may not, but he does roll pretty good. And that's Roller. All right. Next, because we're running out of room here, and I want to go in the order of weapons that I feel like I don't know why we need them. But over here we got Astral Train. And Astral Train is holding Shockwave. And I guess he's mad at the world, so he's going to hold Shockwave. And you can see it there. He's holding Shockwave. And it's got the peg on the front so you can put the weapons on it, the little effects on it. I don't use those things. I don't care about them. They serve no purpose to me. So I bag them up. Just don't have a purpose for them. But if you want to see the gun a little more close up, we can get Astral Train out of the way, because we really don't have a lot of room in my little light box here. This is what he looks like. It's like a little Shockwave, unpainted gray Shockwave. So if you have like the Galactic Man set for Shockwave, this is perfect. If they painted him purple, then I could see me putting him with Shockwave, but they didn't. He's just gray. Alright. I'm not disappointed with the set. I'm just kind of like, on second thought. But I'm glad I got it, because I'm sure certain pieces or all of it's going to be worth money. No, we're not doing that yet, because this one's awesome. Then we're doing Reflector. Okay, Reflector. Let's see what you can see. He holds up Reflector, and again, Reflector is not painted. He's gray. And that was an iconic scene with Thundercracker, so we got him with Thundercracker. And if you want to, again, he comes with a peg so you can hold him. It's hollow in the back. It's got, it looks like a camera. It looks like a camera, see? All right. And I actually might keep it with him. Give him a little, his own thing to do, And let's move him out the way. And let's bring in people that I don't like. It's Cliffjumper. Now, Cliffjumper's holding two weapons here. First is his iconic glass gun. And because Bumblebee's not here yet, or at least Bugbite, he's got his little pistol. So let's take a quick look at that. We're going to all right. So it's just a little pistol. See? Little pistol. And it's gray, and it fits in the 5mm post. Can use it for other Transformers, but it's supposed to be for Bumblebee. Okay? All right. And then, of course, we have the glass gun. I don't know why we need that, but because you gave him a stupid weapon in the first place, And let's look at the glass gun. So this is supposed to shoot, like the ice gas or whatever, and it's a pretty decent size. Little rant here, but Cliffjumper should be taller than Bumblebee, but not gonna get into that. But he is, and you can see it. It's gray, and fits in his hand, and hey, it's a gas. You remember that? Good old Casey Kasem, man. And Bumblebee's shooter, when he first was shooting at air when he got out of the back of Wheeljack. Remember that? He's just like, there are people over here, and he's like, you know, all right, that's what happened. Okay. Moving right along, we have Ironhide, and I would love to have the Earthrise version, but this is the Ironhide that I got, and this is what we're going to use. And he's got the stand back, and Prime's like, start digging. You know, it's Peter Cullen just talking to himself, and it looks pretty good. Let's, you know, fit some. I know it's going to look better on the Earthrise, but let's take a look at the gun, and it's a drill. Okay, let's say that fast. Drill. You see it there, and it's got screwy parts, and again, it's hollow at the bottom. Still better plastic than the MMP hard dinosaur. I can tell you that, though. And that's what it looks like. Yeah, pretty cool. You know, probably something to keep on him. All right. Let's get him out the way. And then next, we have, oh no, Ravage. He got put in a cage. And with him, you know, just so we can reproduce that crazy scene, Ravage, he's getting away. You know, there's your friends, Hound and Mirage. Hey, Hound, when you get back to Cybertron, can you make me a 4-car garage? Holograms look so real, I can't even tell the difference. You know what, Mirage, that gives me an idea. You know, of course, they come out with the whole rocket base thing, and Ravage is just sitting there listening to him like, man, I done heard you talk about all this stuff. So let's stand him to the back for a second, and we're going to look at this a little bit. Look at this cage a little bit more. The only thing I hate about this cage is that it does not peg in well. But of course, you can see at the top here, you just kind of separate it, and Ravage, he's escaping. I don't know what I am. Yeah, he just gets away, and you know, that's Ravage. All right, and that's the cage. You know, the more I play these things, I'm not really happy. And then there's the front of the cage right there where the key would go, and you know, and there's the back of the cage, and it's just black, kind of like see-through plastic, things of that nature. So it's a cage. It's a thing that you can do with a cage and put him in it, and now he's on top because he just like, man, F your cage, man, F your cage. Okay, so there we go. Let's move them out the way. Then we're going to go to the next thing here, which is Starscream introducing himself. And he's got the iconic Megatron as a gun. Now, this is a two-part. And unfortunately, once you put this thing together, you can't take it apart. And it would be kind of pointless to do that. You know, again, it's kind of weird. You know, he's like shooting and, you know, shooting. You know, and of course, 5mm post, and let's take a look at him. It's nice. Now, this one I like. You know, maybe one day we'll get Megatron as a gun, but you can see it there. He's got the scope and the barrel. And he's supposed to separate, but unfortunately, it won't come out. I think they made it so that it doesn't, you know. So this is it. This is as much as you can get it. It will not come out. And I'm not going to try. So that's it. That's the gun. Now we get to some of the accessories that I do like. And let's bring in Ugly Megatron. Well, before we get into all that, because we got to do a few things with Prime, but if you want to see, this is Megatron with the mace weapon. And the mace weapon, let me say it. Yeah, this looks like he's just flinging out a ball or something like that. And, it's not easy to get off. And these weapons are, they feel like they're going to break. So, and of course, because his hand bends in, it's hard to get off. And I think that's a little unfair advantage for us, because literally, what was the point of making it to the point it's tight in there? I mean, it's you can't get it out because of the fact that the fist turns, you know? I mean, it's really stuck in there. Oh my goodness, I'll be right back. I have to pause this video for a second. And I'm back. Yeah, alright. So this is what the weapon looks like, and he's got like a clear Decepticon symbol. The peg is really tight, man. Just be forewarned, you may have to shave it down a little bit. But that's just, it doesn't come out well, and I don't like that. Like, it should not be that difficult. It's not even, it's just really rough, coarse peg. It should have been a little smoother, because if you push it in all the way, you're going to stress this plastic, and plus the fact that his hand is on a pin, you're going to have some issues with that. So no, I'm not putting this back on again. Like, you know, maybe a third party can do something a little better. Now, this does rotate a little bit. I don't know if it comes off. I don't see it. And if it does, it's probably pegged in there tight. But I'm not putting it back on him again. I'm not doing it, because I'm going to ruin a figure for this little 10-cent piece of plastic. You know, that's just not going to work. So, you know, and I don't really like this Megatron like that, but I don't want to break this Megatron because I don't really feel like buying another one. So that's the mace weapon. So we're down to the last three, the ones that I care about the most, which are the axe and the gun, and of course Sideswipe's backpack, which is just painted gray. Okay, and it fits his back. As you can see here, it is designed to fit his back, and he can, but there's some nice detail. Let's take a look at it. I mean, despite the fact, and of course, these weapons, extra weapons upgrades are non-nef, because, you know, I don't think we're going to get an Earthrise Sideswipe, so we're stuck with what we got. So you can see it here. This is the backpack. There's the bottom. There's the back. And, you know, it's hollow. You know, hollow. And we're going to get him out the way because, oh, I forgot. Give me your backpack. Why? Just give me the backpack. You either want to get cut with an axe or you want to get shot. Okay, Prime. You know. So we did that. And then what happens, see right there on the back, I think it goes, it can fit. I think it does. Yeah, it fits. Well, I don't know. Maybe you have to move those out the way, but it's supposed to fit on Prime. And yeah, it actually fits. And you can see it from the back right there. It's not, it's snug. And it's like the peg goes between the two back pieces. So yeah, he can do the backpack. He can do the whole, I'm going to jump to the nemesis. Now let's get into the next weapon. And it's actually the axe. Now the axe goes underside. Don't try to put this overside. It's supposed to fit in this hand, and I guess even though it should be in that hand, but it's probably better in this hand because that's where the bubble is. And you can see the bubble to cover it up so it looks like it's actually coming out of his arm, and you have to actually twist it, his fist, so it slides right out, and his fist is going to go like that. You know, if you try to do it like that, it's just, no. You have to go underside, see? And it's clear plastic. Again, it's just, you know, it's urine yellow. It is. It's urine yellow. And like I say, you can see the peg right there, and that's that. And then, of course, finally we got that thing. I mean, that's that's not a gun, man. That's like a damn cannon, man. What the hell, man? What were they thinking, man? What were they thinking? I mean, they should have shrunk this down. I mean, this is 2 sizes of 2 guns. I mean, look at that. Look. And it does fit decently. I mean, of all the weapons, the backpack, the gun, and the axe, are pretty decent. But it's just way too big, man. I mean, here, let me show you what I mean. I mean, come on, man. That's just, this is more of a leader class, like a real leader class, not fake Voyager. But if you want to look at it, it's got, nice details. It's his rifle. It's super iconic. They really did a good job on it. It's got everything you need. It's, let's get a little bit more. It's got the right shape. It's just a little too big. Will I be using it? Probably not. I mean, like, a lot of these weapons and stuff are really kind of useless in a sense, maybe for the nostalgia of 86, it's the case, but I wouldn't, my thoughts is you're not really missing out on anything other than collectors and scalpers. That's really what you're gonna be facing if you're trying to get this. And is it really worth it? Let me be honest with you, no. Like it's not really worth it. Like, it's not really worth getting it. You're not missing anything. You got everything that you need that comes with everything. And like I said, there's third parties that's probably gonna do better than this. What was this? This is the worst one. Like, I don't even know what we knew. It's garbage. I'm not upset because I spent the money to get it, but I don't think it's super great. Like, I'm not going like, oh my God, because a lot of these weapons are unpainted. They're just, and just, they don't fit right. The pegs, don't fit. Like, the one that I don't like the most is this, like, that's bad. You're going to have problems putting it in either hand. You're just going to have problems. This is a choking hazard, because if a little kid gets this and he can't get this out, most little kids will try to pull something out with their teeth. And with it being hard to get out, I remember almost dying off a Lego piece. So you can imagine this getting just jammed. Trying to get it out. Like, somebody might want to just get it out. Kids are going to do what kids going to do. They didn't design this. It's like afterthought, and you know how Hasbro gets sometimes. You can't get it anymore. It's sold out. Maybe Japan will get it, for their market. The gray Centurion is just a gray Centurion. I'm not even bothering with that. I really wanted it for the weapons pack. I thought the weapons pack would be, a little more easy to work with. And a lot of it is not. It's just kind of, it's just kind of cheap. It's just going to put it that way. But it's Hasbro, and, they always do those things where everything's just sometimes just out of scale, and we got to give them credit for doing what they do with the actual figures. But the weapons, the ones that really, really count, they're either too tight in the pegs, or they're just, like this, it's just too big. So if you find one and you want it, and you still can get it at a decent price, well, it's $29.99 or $39.99. I can't really remember. I think it was $29.99. I gotta go look and see. Yeah, pick it up. If not, don't pay aftermarket for it. It's not. You can do better going with third party. You can do better going with third party, because will it go up in value? Probably. because of the fact it's sold out and it's selects and it's a lot of G1 stuff, and people are gonna peddle that stuff to you. But to be Hasbro and know, I mean, I'm sorry, that's just unpainted. I mean, that's not fun. Why you couldn't paint it red? Or I guess maybe when it cost too much, or it would have been too small to do it. I mean, but you painted this. You painted this though, and gave it black paint. But you didn't paint the bigger weapon. You didn't paint any of the weapons that should have had paint. Like if you're gonna say, well, this is too fine of a job. Can you imagine at the factory painting this? I bet you they could paint this faster than they could paint this. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to say it's good. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's not Megatron where it's like, oh, it's just one of those things where most of this stuff, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put it back in the box. I'm pretty much going to put all of it in the box. It's where it's going to go, back in the box. Is it great? It's okay. I mean, a lot of it's just okay. The only weapon that I kind of like is the axe and the drill gun for Megatron. I mean, not Megatron, for Ironhide. And I actually like the little reflector because, like I said, it fits well. It's easy to get out of Thundercracker's hands. So, it's up to you. This is one of those sets where I wish I had got the other stuff that was sold out. But, that's part of the joy of collecting. So this is Ed Talks and giving my thoughts. And I would just say, be patient with it. If you really need these accessories, don't overspend. You know what I'm saying? If you pay a little bit more, maybe $5 or $10 above retail, I don't see a problem with that. But if you're spending where somebody tries to scalp this and say this is worth $99, $100, no, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. That Centurion repaint could have been sold as a, they probably meant to sell as a repaint and they just decided to pack it in with something else. And this video is going on too long and I'm done. And, my recommendation is, get it at retail. Just get it at retail. Get it at the lowest price possible. That's it. All right. This is Ed Talks. Have a nice night, everybody. Peace and some hair grease.